So I wanted to cover the question of how Yin Yoga can actually help you in your movement practice. So whether or not you're, somebody who does CrossFit or movement, or you're in the gym every day like I was, I spent nearly every day just going and going and going. I spent a lot of time in busyness and overwhelm and really striving and pushing. And I found that was only accentuating what was going on in my mind and increasing the anxiety, increasing the noise. Yin was such a gift when I found Yin. It allowed me space in my body and my mind to pause. So by choosing to do Yin Yoga along with your movement practice, or along with your strength work, or along with your conditioning, you actually get an opportunity to pause, to reset the nervous system, and you actually find a lot more space in the body, and that helps bring you space in the mind.
Again. So the practice of Yin Yoga is a part of your yoga practice. It shouldn't be left out. It actually complements the more strength-based dynamic styles of yoga or movement. And it is Yin compared to the Yang. So a pose that you come into and stay for a long time, like Shavasana, is actually a Yin pose. Or coming into, say, Paschimottanasana, forward fold, for a period of time is a Yin way to practice that pose. So we, in our Yin class and in our Yin practice, will be staying in poses from anywhere between, say, 2 and even 10 minutes, something around that length of time, to allow the connective tissue, the tendons, the ligaments, and even the bone and the spaces within the joints to passively stretch over time and with gravity. So we could practice a particular pose in a Yang way, we could practice it in a Yin way. And also this practice is very much about taking your experience inward, feeling your body from the inside out, and getting to know those more sort of slow, quiet, very deep parts of yourself through meditative practice. Every pose is actually a meditation in itself. And we will be practicing 4 times a week, so you can use this practice to complement those other styles of your movement and your yoga.
I hear so often in any yoga, do I need any experience? Yoga is not what you see on Instagram. Be it Yin Yoga or a Yang Yoga, you don't need any experience, and you do not need to be flexible. It's a question we get a lot. Oh, I'm not flexible, I can't do yoga. Well, maybe that's an opportunity to dive in and give it a go. One of my favorite quotes is actually from Ido Patel, and he says, be shit at it and be shit again until you're less shit. And I feel that when we come into Yin, and I was one of those people that when I started, I used to compare myself to everyone in the room. I'd look across and see Hannah, for example, folded over, and I couldn't even get into a forward fold. So my dialogue would judge myself for being in that pose, but that is the practice, to actually surrender and let go and yield and know that you are exactly where you need to be. So absolutely anyone can do Yin, but especially if you do find that you are living in a world with a lot of busyness, a lot of stress, and your nervous system is constantly in reactivity, then Yin Yoga would be a beautiful complement to your day-to-day life.
You can do Yin Yoga at any time. It is a wonderful practice to do toward the end of the day before you go to sleep, to quiet the mind, to level out your nervous system, to remove some of that white noise to help you fall into a restful sleep. You can do it, ladies, when you're on your cycle. You can do it if you've just eaten a heavy meal. You can do Yin Yoga if you're unwell, if you have been recovering from an illness, or if you're in acute illness and you don't have enough strength to do your regular movement practice, Yin Yoga would be perfect. But anyone can do Yin Yoga, and as Meg was saying before, it's a wonderful complement. So it's the Yang, it's the Yin to your Yang. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about balance. Balance can be found in the nervous system. Balance can be found in nature, in the changing of the seasons. It's the yin and the yang. If you think about the yin and yang symbol, there's the black part which has a little bit of light in it. That's the yin with a little bit of light, which is yang. And then there's the white part, which is the yang with a little bit of yin in it. It's all about balance and meeting in the middle. That's the line in the middle. Is this namaste. So yin is all about finding more balance, more ease, more receptivity, more peace within. And it's not that your other styles of movement practice can't lead you there, they certainly can. But this is a really, it's a practice of self-inquiry, of getting to know yourself inwardly, I'd say.
Absolutely. Like even just before this video, we had the conversation as I can tip too far into my yang, into too much doing, because that's what I practiced for so many years. So yin has really helped me come back to grounding and stability, and has helped my own anxiety and too much air, too much movement. And when I have this balance, I can make good, clear decisions. I can see things as they are, and I can actually be responsive rather than reactive, which looks after my nervous system and keeps me well. And as what Hannah was saying, she can tip too far into yin.
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of chronic illness in my body and pain, and so I just sat and meditated for many, many years, and then I found Yin Yoga, and I was just doing Yin, but actually infused movement classes have been what has brought me back to balance. And yes, I teach Yin because that's my experience, but when I move, I actually need to do more Yang practice. So, you know, we all have to find balance in our own way, and it's different for everyone.
Absolutely, and it really is just as what Han said, this beautiful self-inquiry. We start to feel our bodies on a somatic level, and we recognise what we need in that moment, or that's what I feel. I really get to know this body, and I'm like, oh, there's been a lot of rain and dampness, too much earth energy outside. I'm like, I really need to move, and that's where maybe the movement classes come in. Maybe we're promoting this a little bit too as well, but it's really important just to recognise that, I'm feeling, a bit closed. What can I do to open up? And it's just about finding that balance and recognizing that, which Yin has helped me so much to understand.